This is my contest entry for Rob at Blackstar Vinyl. 50 subs contest, although I think you're nearer 100 now. But anyway, congratulations, Rob. Great channel, watch all your videos. Got a really good taste in music. Really broad. Recommended a few bands to me as well, so thanks for that. And again, congratulations. You wanted one and done, so 8 bands that have only released one album. And I'm going to dive right in with Heaven and Hell and The Devil You Know from 2009. Obviously Ronnie James Dio on vocals, Tony Iommi on guitar, and Geezer Butler on bass. Basically Black Sabbath, but I think the reason behind Heaven and Hell was to go out as a completely new brand, not be associated with any Sabbath songs. They could just go out and do their own thing and not be expected to play all the old classics. I would love to have heard more stuff from them, as I'm sure a lot of people would. I think Dio died the year after this album was released, so there was no chance of that happening. But that's going to be my number one. Number 2 is going to be a band called Control Denied. Released an album called The Fragile Art of Existence in 1999. Fronted by a vocalist and guitarist from Death, Chuck Schuldiner. And this is just a really good album. I've not listened to it that many times, if I'm being honest, but I really liked what I did here. Guitars on it are great, really heavy. I love the vocals on it as well. So I think he died a couple of years after this album was released. He was unwell with cancer or something like that, so they never got a chance to release any more material. So that's my number 2. Number 3 is going to be a band called Them Crooked Vultures, which was fronted by Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. It had John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin on bass and Dave Grohl on drums. I'm just glad Dave Grohl was on drums because I hate Dave Grohl, but I'm not really a massive fan of any of the bands that they're in, if I'm being honest. I can maybe handpick 2 or 3 songs from each band that I like, but I saw the lineup and I thought I'd better give them a shot, and I actually really liked it. Quite catchy, quite guitar heavy, good riffs, and yeah, I mean that's all I can really say. It is just a good album. It's easy to listen to, so that's going to be my number 3. Number 4 is going to be a band called Plaything Gory, self-titled album from 1991, fronted by Zakk Wylde, side project, and this is a really great album. I think it's because it's very different. I would describe it as heavy metal, blues, country, hard rock. If that's a subgenre, it should be, because that's what this album is, and it's just a really good album. It's very different, and it's just like heavy blues and country, which nothing wrong with that. So that's my number 4. Number 5 is going to be Damageplan from 2004, Newfound Power. Damageplan, founded by Dimebag Darrell and Vinnie Paul from Pantera, obviously after Pantera broke up. I think Dimebag Darrell was shot not long after this album was released. I'm sure they were on tour with Damageplan when he was shot, and I would love to have heard more stuff from Damageplan because this album is phenomenal. I just love Dimebag Darrell's guitar work on the Pantera albums as well. He can't really put a foot wrong in my opinion, so I would love to have heard more from these guys. On to my number 6 is going to be a bit of a change of pace, and it's going to be Derek and the Dominos with Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs from 1970. Mainly for the song Layla. It's a song that I've kind of grown up with. It's been with me since my childhood. I first heard it, I think, in a Wrigley's chewing gum advert, maybe early 90s, and it's just always stuck with me. I can still remember the advert in my head. I think I saw it when I was maybe about 7 years old, and it's just always been there. So that's going to be my number 7. No, sorry, number 6. Number 7 is going to be a band called Blondes, who is a self-titled album from 1990. Couldn't really find much about them actually. They're glam metal, hard rock. The only thing I really could find about them was that they toured, supported Dokken, I think it was, in either 1990 or 1991, I can't remember which, but actually a really good album. It's one of those albums you kind of think, how did they not release more stuff? But they were coming into the early 90s, grunge was pushing them all out, so maybe that's why, but really good band. And my number 8 is going to be a band called Frozen Eyes, a power metal band from Sweden. They released a self-titled album in 1988, and again I couldn't find much about these guys. I'm not too keen on the vocals on this album, but the music's brilliant. The guy's got a really weird voice. It almost sounds like, I'm trying to think who he sounds like. He sounds like an 80s pop star, but I can't figure out who it is. But yeah, the vocals put me a wee bit off, but the music's great. So yeah, Frozen Eyes. So that's the 8 bands, and with the recommendation, I tried to think a wee bit out of the box, because you have got a broad taste of music, and I think you've got a wide range of albums in your collection as well. So I basically just went for a Norwegian heavy metal singer called Jorn, Jorn Lande. Does a lot of solo stuff, a lot of heavy metal covers of, say, 80s and 90s pop songs, which it just puts that kind of heavy metal twist on, which I really, really like. He fronts a band called Masterplan, I think they're called as well, and they're pretty decent. I've only checked out a couple of their albums, I've not actually got any of them, but they're pretty decent. And he also releases material with, I think it's a guy called Russell Allen. I think it's called Alan Lande. So yeah, if you've not heard him, check him out, Jorn Lande. And again, congratulations mate, really enjoyed doing this contest actually. And thanks for watching, cheers.